Hey there, aspiring wealth builders. Today, we're diving deep into the minimalist lifestyle and how it can lead you to maximal wealth. We're going to explore the surprising ways that living with less can help you save more, invest wisely, and even boost your mental clarity to make smarter financial decisions. Ready to simplify your space and amplify your bank account? Let's get started on this journey to a richer life. 1. Avoiding lifestyle inflation with minimalist habits. Picture this. You just got a big promotion at work and suddenly your bank account is looking a whole lot happier. Awesome, time to upgrade your life, right? Not so fast, my friend. This is where the sneaky beast of lifestyle inflation often rears its ugly head, tempting you to spend more just because you can. But here's the thing. If you want to build lasting wealth, you've got to learn to resist that urge. And that's where minimalist habits come in to save the day. By embracing a more intentional approach to spending, you can avoid falling into the trap of more money, more problems. Instead of rushing out to buy that fancy car or designer wardrobe, take a step back and ask yourself, does this align with my values and long-term financial goals? Minimalism isn't about depriving yourself of joy. It's about finding happiness in experiences, relationships, and personal growth, rather than material possessions. So, how can you start adopting minimalist habits to combat lifestyle inflation? Try setting a budget that prioritizes saving and investing, even as your income grows. Look for ways to find fulfillment and enjoyment that don't involve spending money, like taking up a new hobby or volunteering for a cause you care about. And remember, just because you can afford something doesn't mean you need it. By staying true to your minimalist principles, you'll be able to watch your wealth grow without sacrificing your peace of mind. 2. Quality over quantity. Let's talk about one of the key principles of minimalist wealth building, investing in quality over quantity. Now, I know it can be tempting to fill your shopping cart with a bunch of cheap, trendy items that'll fall apart faster than you can say fast fashion. But here's the thing. In the long run, that approach is actually going to cost you more, both in terms of money and environmental impact. Instead, try shifting your mindset to prioritize well-made, durable items that may have a higher upfront cost but will stand the test of time. Think about it this way. Would you rather buy a cheap pair of shoes that you have to replace every few months, or invest in a high-quality pair that will last you for years? Not only will you save money in the long run by not having to constantly replace shoddy items, but you'll also be contributing to a more sustainable lifestyle. Plus, there's something to be said for the joy and satisfaction that comes from owning a few carefully curated, beautifully crafted possessions, rather than a closet full of cheap, disposable goods. So how can you start embracing the quality over quantity mindset? Do your research before making big purchases, and don't be afraid to invest in items that align with your values and needs. Remember, minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's about intentional, thoughtful consumption that supports your long-term wealth and well-being. 3. Decluttering your expenses. Let's dive into one of the most powerful tools in your wealth-building arsenal, decluttering your expenses. Just like a cluttered home can leave you feeling stressed and overwhelmed, a cluttered budget can keep you from reaching your financial goals. It's time to Marie Kondo your spending and spark some serious joy in your bank account. So how do you start identifying and cutting unnecessary expenses? First, take a good hard look at your monthly statements and start categorizing your spending. Are there any subscriptions or services you're paying for but rarely using? Any impulse purchases that don't align with your values or goals? Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to let go of the things that aren't serving you. Next, look for ways to simplify and streamline your spending. Can you negotiate a better rate on your bills or insurance? Is there a more affordable alternative to your current gym membership or streaming service? Small changes can add up to big savings over time. Remember, decluttering your expenses isn't about depriving yourself of the things you love. It's about being intentional with your money and making room for the things that truly matter. So, grab a pen and paper, or a budgeting app if that's more your style, and start simplifying your spending today. Your future self and your future wealth will thank you. 4. Networking and relationships in a minimalist lifestyle. While we're all about simplifying our lives and cutting out the excess, there's one area where more is definitely better: relationships. Building a strong network of like-minded individuals who share your values and goals is a key component of any successful wealth-building strategy. But in a world that often equates spending with socializing, how can you cultivate meaningful connections without breaking the bank? The answer lies in embracing minimalist principles in your social life. Instead of always defaulting to expensive dinners or outings, look for ways to connect with others that don't revolve around money. Host a potluck dinner party, organize a hike or picnic in the park, or start a book club or hobby group. By finding common interests and values, you'll be able to build deeper, more authentic relationships that aren't dependent on material things. Plus, surrounding yourself with people who share your minimalist mindset can be a great source of support and inspiration as you work towards your financial goals. You might even discover new ideas and opportunities through your expanded network. So, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and start building those meaningful connections. Remember, true wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about the richness of the relationships and experiences in your life. 5. The freedom of a minimalist schedule. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked benefits of embracing minimalism: the freedom of a simplified schedule. In a world that glorifies busyness and hustle culture, it's easy to fall into the trap of overcommitting ourselves and spreading our time and energy too thin. But here's the thing: a packed calendar can not only lead to burnout and stress, but it can also take a serious toll on our finances. Think about it. How often do you find yourself grabbing takeout or shelling out for convenience services because you're too busy to cook or run errands? How much money do you spend on activities or events that you don't really have the time or energy to fully enjoy? By simplifying your schedule and being more intentional with your commitments, you can free up both your time and your money for the things that truly matter. This might mean saying no to social invitations that don't align with your values or goals, or carving out dedicated time for self-care and financial planning. It could also mean finding ways to streamline your daily tasks and routines, like meal prepping or automating your bills. The beauty of a minimalist schedule is that it allows you to be more present and focused in each moment, rather than constantly rushing from one thing to the next. And when you're not stretched too thin, you'll have more mental and emotional bandwidth to make smart, intentional choices about your money and your life. 6. Long-term wealth building with minimalism. Finally, let's talk about the big picture: how a minimalist approach to life can support sustainable, long-term wealth building. While cutting expenses and simplifying your schedule are important pieces of the puzzle, the real magic of minimalism lies in the mindset shift it encourages. By learning to find happiness and fulfillment in things beyond material possessions, you're setting yourself up for a more stable and satisfying financial future. Think about it this way: if your sense of self-worth and success is tied to the things you own or the lifestyle you maintain, you'll always be chasing after the next shiny object or status symbol. But if you can learn to derive joy and meaning from experiences, relationships, and personal growth, you'll be much more resilient in the face of financial ups and downs. Plus, by living below your means and prioritizing saving and investing, you'll be able to build a solid foundation of wealth that can weather any storm. This might mean adopting a more conservative approach to spending, like driving a used car instead of a flashy new one, or opting for a smaller home in a more affordable area. It could also mean finding ways to boost your income through side hustles or investing in your own education and skills. The key is to stay focused on your long-term goals and values, and to make financial choices that align with your minimalist principles. Remember, true wealth isn't just about accumulating a certain number in your bank account. It's about creating a life of abundance, purpose, and joy. And there you have it. Now that you know how embracing a minimalist mindset can be a powerful tool in your financial journey, what's next for you? Discover the psychological tricks rich people use to stay wealthy, or learn what financial mistakes even the smartest people make. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.